The Sicilian Mafia, or La Cosa Nostra, is a secretive criminal organization dating back to the 19th century. The term Cosa Nostra, meaning our thing, underscores its exclusive and covert nature. Operating mainly in Sicily, it comprises independent gangs or families, each asserting control over specific territories. These families provide protection, resolve disputes, and manage illegal activities, specializing in protection racketeering. Despite their independence, they function like a cartel, monopolizing extralegal protection services within the areas. The nature of the Sicilian Mafia is a complex web of organized criminal activity with a unique structure. At its core, the Mafia operates through tightly knit groups known as families, each of which claims sovereignty over a specific territory, often a town or neighborhood within a larger city. These families are not just criminal enterprises, they're close-knit groups bound by loyalty, secrecy, and a strict code of conduct. While they may appear independent, they function as a cartel of sorts, offering services under a common brand. The Mafia's primary activities revolve around protection racketeering, providing businesses and individuals with security in exchange for payments, ensuring that they're safe from extortion and violence. Additionally, they serve as arbitrators, settling disputes between criminals and ensuring agreements are enforced. Illicit agreements and transactions, often involving illegal industries, are orchestrated and overseen by La Cosa Nostra. This independent yet cartel-like structure has allowed the Mafia to thrive for generations, making it a fascinating and enduring criminal entity in the world of organized crime. From historical perspectives, we gain insights into its functions. Leopoldo Franchetti once described the Mafia as an industry of violence, highlighting its deep-rooted involvement in criminal activities and the use of violence as a means of exerting control. On the other hand, sociologist Diego Gambetta saw the Mafia as a cartel of private protection firms, emphasizing its role in providing security and settling disputes in a society where there was a short supply. This perspective suggests that the Mafia, in its own twisted way, served as guarantors of trust for those who sought their protection in a society plagued by a general lack of trust among its people. Paradoxically, while the Mafia provided a sense of security to those who paid for its services, it also contributed to an overall increase in distrust within Sicilian society. Those under Mafia protection had an incentive to cheat those who were not, fostering a climate of suspicion and competition. The impact of the Mafia on Sicilian society is a complex interplay of violence, trust, and distrust, making it a captivating subject of study within the world of organized crime. It all began during the transition from feudalism to capitalism in the 19th century, when feudal barons who once held dominion over vast estates gradually sold or rented their lands to private citizens. The abolition of primogeniture and land seizure to settle debts allowed 1/5 of the land to become the property of peasants, ushering in a new era of property ownership. As the Italian government annexed Sicily in 1860, it redistributed public and church lands, creating a surge in the number of landowners. With this increase in property owners came a proliferation of disputes, contracts, and transactions that needed oversight and protection. Enter the extralegal protectors and arbitrators, who organized themselves into the first mafia clans, predominantly in the western parts of Sicily. These clans thrived by offering their services to smaller landowners who could not afford full-time guards, allowing them to protect multiple estates and gain substantial independence and influence. This economic backdrop also led to the Mafia's involvement with vulnerable sectors such as citrus growers and cattle ranchers, offering them security against theft and sabotage. The historical evolution of the Mafia is a shout-out to its adaptability in response to changing societal structures and economic needs, ultimately shaping it into the enduring organized crime entity that it is today. Now you know the drill, my friends. Before we continue with our video, please just take a second, subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to click on our notification bell as well. Thank you. During its formative years, the Cosa Nostra, or the Sicilian Mafia, engaged in a range of activities that shaped its early identity and political influence. Notably, the Mafia was deeply involved in banditry and protection services, offering communities an alternative to official law enforcement. In towns that lacked a formal police presence, local elites formed companies at arms, composed of former bandits and criminals to hunt down thieves, negotiate the return of stolen property, and extract fees from victims. This unconventional approach saved communities the trouble of having to train their own policemen, but may have also encouraged collusion with former criminals. Moreover, the extent of the Mafia's political interference and manipulation during this period was nothing short of remarkable. In an era marked by restricted suffrage, a single influential Mafia boss could exert a substantial degree of control over the political landscape by employing intimidation tactics to coerce voters into supporting candidates of their choice. What makes this situation even more alarming is the presence of politicians who were not just sympathetic to the Mafia's interests, but were actively collaborating with them within the Italian political system. This unholy alliance served to further fortify the Mafia's stronghold on local politics. These early activities laid a sturdy foundation for the Mafia's enduring political clout and influence, ultimately shedding light on the intricate and symbiotic relationship that exists between organized crime and the political realm within Sicilian society. The emergence of La Cosa Nostra, or the Sicilian Mafia, is intrinsically linked to a web of economic factors that created fertile ground for organized crime to take root. One significant factor is the resource curse, which played a pivotal role in the Mafia's activities. Sicily's abundance of sulfur, its most valuable export commodity, created a dual dynamic. A weak state and a lucrative resource presented a demand for private protection, a service that the Mafia-type organizations were all too willing to supply. Furthermore, the surge in demand for oranges and lemons during the late 18th century, attributed to their scurvy-curing properties, fueled the Mafia's emergence as they capitalized on the booming citrus trade. Furthermore, when socialist peasant fasci organizations gained momentum in regions with limited state presence, a significant development occurred. Landowners, estate managers, and politicians, feeling threatened by the rising demands of the peasants, resorted to the Mafia for protection and support. This move further solidified the Mafia's position within Sicilian society, as it assumed a pivotal role in shielding the interests of the landowning elite against the demands of the increasingly organized and vocal peasant movements. This intricate interplay of social unrest and economic interests underscores the profound relationship between the Mafia and Sicily's economic landscape, offering valuable insights into the origins and lasting impact of this secretive criminal organization. From its humble origins rooted in the transition from feudalism to capitalism in Sicily, to its transformation into a formidable criminal cartel, the Sicilian Mafia has left an indelible mark on history. It's a story of power, violence, and intrigue, with the Mafia's influence reaching far beyond its secretive families. Despite relentless efforts to combat it, La Cosa Nostra persists, a testament to its adaptability and resilience. The Mafia's legacy serves as a stark reminder of the enduring power of organized crime, and the ongoing struggle to dismantle it remains a crucial imperative. If you liked our video, then make sure to drop a like and don't forget to comment down below which criminal activities you'd like us to cover next. And as always, thank you very much for choosing to spend your time with us today. We'll see you in our next video.